Look around, boys. We are in hardware mode. The tapestry is falling off for some reason. We got these desks that are half built, but it is coming along really well. Sort of a work in progress. We got all this stuff here on the ground, and I don't know if I really showed that. A bunch of garbage over there. Fun stuff. Let's make sure that's proper. So yeah, today I'm just gonna make an update video talking about where we're at and make sure to get my daily practice in. So a few things. I've been over enunciating my words in the last couple of videos. I'm gonna stop doing that. I would rather focus on energy and sounding human at the same time. Maybe it's a mistake I'll come to find later, but I think honestly that there's only so much I can do to improve my articulation in every single video. And so I think it's better to be focusing on my speech altogether rather than just isolating that. And frankly, I don't really like the way that I've been sounding. So yeah, that is one change that I'm gonna make going forward. Another one, I got a new subscriber up to 2 compared to the 1 on my high quality channel, which is insane. Consistency is really doing it. It was on a video that I really didn't think anyone was gonna watch, but he left a like, he subscribed, and left a comment saying that I should get a better microphone. So that's one of the reasons that I have my AirPods in today. Maybe the audio will be better here. We'll check that when I'm done filming this, but if it isn't, then oh well, not gonna matter because I also went online and I purchased a $130 microphone. Madness. I'm glad I saved up for a few months before moving into this new apartment. Now my rent is gonna be through the roof, but yeah, I may as well, while I have savings, spend them on upgrading the equipment, on upgrading my setup, like I did with this desk that hopefully by tomorrow I will be able to show you. So yeah, I have a microphone coming. I'm going to be able to set things up better, which is going to be great. The audio will be better, and that's been my main focus in these videos, is just making sure that you can actually hear me properly. So hopefully soon, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, with getting that new microphone, I'm going to look into potentially getting some noise canceling stuff on the walls, filling this room up with more furniture. And also, I never really learned about how to be an audio technician. So if I just spend a day and dedicate it to learning how to make my audio good. When I was looking at the microphone online, people were talking about adding bass, I don't even know the word they use. There's all this terminology that I need to learn. And then I'll be able to hopefully install some software and play around with it a little bit. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. That's the number one issue. If I can have great audio within the next month, that's going to be huge progress on these videos. And from there, I'm gonna probably after this, probably before I go to bed, I'm gonna look for a camera and purchase one. So by the beginning of next month, it's gonna be so much better. I'm gonna be set up much more properly. The video, the lighting, the audio, it's all going to come together. Then all I have to do is, like my plan that I detailed before, build my automated thumbnail machine and get a little bit of editing. The only step after that, really, the major one, is going to be figuring out what I actually want to make videos about going forward. And I've thought about it. I think where I kind of land is, obviously I want to try and be funny and make these entertaining, but I think the thing that I'm most passionate about is pretty much what they already do on The Lemonade Stand, a podcast I've been listening to religiously. But they talk about everything from politics to technology to the world. And to me, that's the most interesting. I'd love to introduce elements of psychology, of media, and of more philosophy, not just psychology. So I think that would be a really interesting and sort of a unique perspective for somebody to take on that macro view of history. I see a lot of people going and taking their political stance, but I haven't seen anyone that expresses the viewpoint I have, which is one that takes place over the course of centuries. I think about politics and the state of the world in terms of what is this going to mean in 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, a millennia from now. And because of that, my perspectives are just completely different. I don't fall neatly into the left wing or the right wing arguing about all this and that and the other thing. When you take the macro view of history and think what is going to happen over the next 1,000 years, things just, the same stories mean very different things. And frankly, a lot of the day-to-day of like, what did Trump say this week? What did Trump say today? It all just doesn't really matter. It's that type of obsession with politics that frankly is really bad for my mental health and I think a lot of people's mental health. But it also isn't really useful because it's all going to change so fast anyways. So yeah, I think taking the one way that I wrote down earlier when trying to describe what I want this channel to become is, what if a complete sci-fi nerd was broadcasting the news? And it's a little bit more nuanced than that. Obviously, I want to talk about psychology and history and philosophy, and I want to weave all of these very different nuanced things together. But I think I could really offer a viewpoint that we just haven't seen in the world, and I think that would be a really rewarding thing to do, and something that I could do for a very long time without getting burnt out. So yeah, I just wanted to give that update. I'm Things are coming together, man. I always wanted to come up with the perfect plan, but as I've been working on this channel, I've just put stuff out there and I'm sort of starting to see what sticks. My rate of learning has been so much faster doing this, even though I haven't really accomplished anything you can point to yet. But I'm much closer than I was when I sat there coming up with my mastermind grand scheme to figure it all out. So that's about it.